Give you my heart.
Hey YouTube world, it's me Coco, and I am back here with another video. And in today's video, I am discussing generational cycles. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so a lot of us, well, not us, because I understand. A lot of people tend to confuse generational curses with generational cycles. Okay, there's a big difference between generational curses and nice burps. There's a difference between generational cycles and generational curses, right? 9 times out of 10, generational curses cannot be identified, right? It's something that's normally discussed within families, right? If it is something that's known, like for example, the women in your family, every woman in your family, their first child, the first pregnancy doesn't go all the way through, right? That's a generational curse, right? That's not something that you're going to be able to identify unless you talked about it in your family lineage. Like, your grandmother said, yeah, I had a baby and that baby died, and then the mother say, yeah, I had a baby and the baby died, and so forth. I mean, I don't mean to use the baby as a death, as a situation, because I know that's a sensitive topic, but that's just an example of a generational curse. Like, it's not easy to really identify, right? And it's usually something catastrophic like that. It's not something simple, okay? Honestly speaking, if it was something simple, it wouldn't be a curse, okay? What we work to break is generational cycles, right? And we tend to externalize generational cycles, okay? So like the biggest generational cycles that we try to break is generational wealth. And people tend to think that generational wealth is only about finances, but that's not the case, okay? Let's talk about wealth. Wealth isn't only about finances. Wealth includes health, mental health, physical health, money, the community, like, the village, not necessarily the whole community, but like the village around your your family, right? So for example, let's say I don't know too much about like actual medical stuff, but like, let's say high blood pressure is a genetics thing, right? In my family, I could say it's genetics, right? Because my grandfather had it, my mother got it, I don't have it, okay? So that's something that's been passed down from generation to generation, right? So with that being said, for me to break a generational cycle, I'm trying to avoid me catching high blood pressure. So in order for me to prevent that, I'm working on eating habits and stress habits that will contribute to high blood pressure, and I'm working on avoiding that. And in doing so, I am learning myself, and I am teaching my children as well as informing them on these health issues that go on in the family, so that way they could work on not continuing the generational cycle with their family, right? Even with mental health, go get the wood off the counter. Depression is very heavy in our society these days, and that's because depression, mental issues is something that's frowned upon if it's even taken seriously, right? So in order to break a curse like that, what you should do is, have a safe place for your family to vent, or have your home feel like a safe place where they can just come home and feel comfortable and not have to worry about the stress of the world, right? Wealth is not only about money. Wealth is about your spirit. It's about your body. It's about your mind. And even when it comes to spirit, right, to have a healthy, wealthy spirit, you have to be in tune with the universe. You have to be in tune with with God, like whoever you believe in as the higher power. In order for you to be healthy spiritually, you have to be tuned in, right? And you have to, and like I said, all that stuff is connected: health, wealth, spirituality. So in order to have the financial wealth and breaking generational curses or cycles, you have to understand that it's not only about money, because at the end of the day, right, you can become a multi-millionaire, or more, let's even go for multi-billionaire. You can be a multi-billionaire, right? And at the end of the day, no matter how much money you and your kids and your grandkids and your great grandkids have, if you're not right up here, if you're not mentally stable, if you're not physically healthy, if you're not spiritually healthy, then you're not breaking the generational curses of poverty. I mean, generational cycles of poverty. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but that is true. It's more to wealth than... Dang, you drunk all that water. It's more to wealth than just the physical money. The physical money is money. At the end of the day, currency dies. You decide to be a billionaire today, right? You become a billionaire today, right? And all your money wind up going down the drain. Or not even your money going down the drain. Just the value of the currency of the money that you have, right? Just decides to no longer have value. Then what? You didn't break generational cycle of poverty. You just ended just not having money. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you didn't end poverty. You just ended the whole money situation. You ended finances. And at the end of the day, finances come and go. I mean, everything come and go. But it's way easier to really get the finances when everything else is in balance, right? If everything else is in balance, then if everything like internally is out of balance, then nothing physically matters. So instead of working on breaking the generational cycle of obtaining money and passing money down from generation to generation, which we all want to do, and that's a valid cycle to break, we should focus inward on breaking generational cycles. Go put in the sink. Generational cycles of like spiritual poverty, emotional poverty, mental poverty. That's what we should be working on breaking. Because like I said again, to reiterate, if you are not right within, nothing in the physical world matters. Nothing will come to you the way that you want it to come to you, the way that it's supposed to come to you, etc., etc., etc. Everything in the physicality comes and goes. It weakens and it strengthens. So in order to manifest everything in the physical and to break these generational cycles, you have to work within, okay? Work within yourself, work within your children, have them work within their children, work within your grandchildren. Like, that's how you're supposed to really break these generational cycles of poverty. That's breaking generational cycles of poverty. Okay, because like I said, the currency can change. I'm in the United States of America, and our money don't really mean shit in other places like it used to, okay? Because the United States owe so many people money. And let's say we're stopping them from making tarot cards a currency. Like money, like paper money is just an object. Currency flows wherever they want to put the energy towards. Like I said, tarot cards can be a currency. Crystals can be a currency. Runes can be a currency. Like, anything can be a currency. So you shouldn't necessarily focus on external wealth. Focus on internal wealth. Focus on building up yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, and building up your kids along the way. So that way this physical stuff come to you like nothing. When it leaves, it's not going to bother you when you leave, because it's going to come back to you tenfold. Okay? So yeah, that's just all I have to say on generational cycles for now. If I have something else to say, I'll come back later. But yeah, that's it. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, okay? Because yeah, this is definitely something that people should understand, okay?